I say our GDP is growing. If the CBN thinks that our GDP is growing, you should have a clapping hand to CBN or to the government of APC. No, we will not have a clapping hand to them. Ordinary Nigeria don't know what is GDP. A common man in the streets don't know what is GDP. It is only man that eats and belle food, have a focus, have accounts, have money in the bank that know what is GDP. It's only Nigeria we had that they sack. That is agricultural minister in the rainy season where there is supposed to be food. It's not a shame to a country. So they should not, if Buhari government should not think that sacking of the power minister, agriculture minister will give him kudos. He have never started. We know Buhari. For the time we grow up, the history we know about Buhari.
The little that not can give birth to is not enough to take care of the nation. And that is why you see that hunger and poverty, see the way Nigerians like they are confused, they are just straying about like animals without owner. It doesn't make sense.
He has been there for the past 6 years now. Even before Buhari came there, there is insecurity in the country. Boko Haram will come, they are even bombing in Abuja here. But thank God, when they came, that one stopped. It stopped and it divided into 4 places again. Because it's the same Boko Haram that born bandits, kidnappers, and killer headers.
If I'm lying, we should go out of the street now or go to all those satellite villages. Ask 100% of people, ask them what is GDP. It's only 50 or 5% who know what is GDP. You cannot clap hand for them that they are trying. Why there's hunger on the land, insecurity. I'm not praying for God should give me money to build this kind of mansion or to have everything, huge amount of money in my account to destroy me in a day. So the country should sit up. Last time you guys interviewed me, I said that the very day the present government will welcome a wheelbarrow pusher that know the heat of sun in the markets, that will advise them. That is what they will know the right thing to do. Even the last 2 days when I heard that 2 ministers have sacked, okay, we should give kudos to Buhari that he sacked. What about other ministers that are even worse than those ones that you have sacked?
Expect the minister to go and invest in putting money where there are bandits there. So it doesn't work. Sacking him cannot, even if you bring another person. He's supposed the minister is supposed to sack, the first minister supposed to be the minister of defense, supposed to be the first person who will sack from there because of the challenges, because the challenges we're having on ground is insecurity. If that insecurity stops, everything you will see the economy will boost. And if the electric is working well, these 2 things, you see the agric and the power, we don't play with it.
Talking about grassroots, it's so mad that a living human being will now be compared or being handled to the point that they are now lesser or lower than animal. The cow, cow that look, the red meat that is not even good for a lot of person to eat. You want to start flying on their red meat, cholesterol and weakening your heart is the major thing. And that is the same meat everybody is fighting. And people are meat. Cow is not the only business in this country. There are other businesses people are doing too. Nobody is fighting for how do we get them augmented, how do we get them helped, how do we get more hand employed so that even these youth that in different geopolitical zones is behaving, especially maybe those ones in the north that are into Boko Haram, Swipe or ISIS or whatever name they fear. If plenty of their hands are employed, they won't do that. Nobody is saying that. But what is we say that grassroots will be traced? Okay, look at the area of oil. The south, where the oil is coming from, they are giving them 3%. The north, where that doesn't have it, and where they are tracing for what they might not find, they are giving 30%. The refineries, nobody is talking about that. And life is just being handled like, okay, now border was shut. Not even thinking whether we had enough to take care of the people in the country. And of course, no country can exist alone. And the border that was shut, the southern border was seriously shut, the northern was skeletal, they were not even shut. And things were coming in through there. Meanwhile, south was blocked. The price of food went to high heaven. All right, today now, if what we are planting and what is coming into the country will go probably maybe in 2, 5, 6, 10 dollars, say 30, 50 or 200 tons of rice that can be enough for us. Then you shut the border. Then they will now stray animal to the south. These animals will overrun people's farm, rape people's wife. Meanwhile, the little that farm, the little that not can give birth to, is not enough to take care of the nation. And that is why you see that hunger and poverty. See the way Nigerians, like, they are confused. They are just straying about like animals without owner. It doesn't make sense.
But what we are having here now is about a good leader, a leader that will rule us, a leader that will take this country into a promised land. And someone made a mention of is an high time now for us to have a youth. That youth will do better than the old, which we disagree. Why do we disagree is this? You know, the leaders, even the newborn babies of this, let me say, newborn generation of this country now, were corrupt. They were born with corruption. Because when you ask a 5 or 7 years children now, or you give a 7 years or 10 years children now, let me say 200 naira to share for his partner, it will very hard. You will share at least 20 naira and keep the remaining one. What is that? It's corruption.
He fired Nanono and Saleh, Minister for Power. It's a welcome development. A whole lot of the ministers have to go if we want to be sincere with ourselves. A lot of them are not doing anything. They don't know what they are doing, to be precise. They have to go. Then on the issue of insecurity, security should be it's everybody's business. It is an aberration when you keep blaming the president for everything that has to do with insecurity.